I genuinely married my ex-husband because I didn't want to be a single woman with 2 kids by 2 different men. So I married him because I thought that society was going to judge me for having 2 kids by 2 different men. So I married my second child's father.
So you think you married him for the wrong reasons or the right reasons?
I was confused. I thought I had to.
Was one of the reasons why you divorced him is because you felt like you settled?
No, I divorced him because I do believe that all men cheat. I don't think that was my issue. Public embarrassment was my issue. So I'm pretty sure I have my own insecurities in separate ways. My issue with when he cheated, how he cheated, it was right across the street from our house. So it was a slap in the face for me. I felt like at that point there was no respect. If you were to go out of town, cheat, not get a name, not get a phone number, not follow up, and I never found out about it. I don't want to know.
If you think about that, though, I'm not promoting this. But if you think about it...
The convenience of coming home and taking a shower?
No, if you think about it, he actually spent less money because he could just walk across the street rather than driving to a chick crib, spending gas money. He actually spent less resources getting it across the street. God dang, he took a win.
You're
I'm
wrong.
joking.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
So for me, it was more so of the embarrassment. He had been unfaithful in the past, and when I married him, I knew he had been unfaithful. That wasn't necessarily the deal breaker for me because he kept them, I don't want to say in their place, but
okay,
in their place.
I think the main part, what I was looking for, so you don't think you divorced him because you settled. You didn't feel like you settled or anything.
He was a wonderful husband. He made, again, money from a physical standpoint. He was good. He was wonderful to me. He put me on a pedestal and all. So
really it was just that cheating scandal.
It was hard to get over. For me, it's a mutual respect because if I was not holding my end of the marriage together, again, not to get, TMI, but if I wasn't playing my part as a wife, I would say oh, okay, I understand. If I was overweight or didn't care for myself or, didn't maintain myself or didn't all, together. I was cooking, I was cleaning,
Let me ask you a quick question, then we'll move on. Have you ever been with a man that didn't cheat?
Every single relationship has cheated on me.
So since every relationship cheated on you, right? And you broke up with the guys that cheated on you before you were married, and then you broke up with the man that you married and he cheated on you. Do you think that you have anything to do with the man cheating on you?
Yeah, I've definitely done a lot of self-reflecting because... Again, we're talking about
have you ever withheld sex for compliance or anything? Never. Okay, well, it's on the man. He did the wrong. But I just wanted to see maybe if you would
I did a lot of self-reflecting.
Okay, fair enough. But okay, so then the other thing is if every guy cheated on you and then you finally get married and one of the reasons why you break up with him is because he cheated, don't you think that if you're single and you get with another man, the probability is extremely high for that other man to cheat on you as well?
Did I say in the beginning that I've been single for 5 years?
You've been single for, but what I'm saying is, why not just stay with the man that you were with?
I did for a long time. We went back and forth for a long time, and at one point we even agreed. This is gonna be scary. We even agreed, are you okay with staying together for the kids? Because our marriage and our household, and we held it together. We were good. We agreed, would you be okay stepping out from time to time?
And the thing is, what I'm saying is I'm not trying to justify the cheating. I'm just trying to understand there's
for me, I couldn't get over the disrespect.
Yeah, I get it. I know that's horrible. And not to speak about your personal situation, but just speaking in generally about, cheating, you got a family, you got kids, you can get over cheating. You know what I mean? You can work through it.
I don't think so, to a degree, because for a woman, like you're saying, we're welcoming you into our body, the soul ties, the things that we emotionally go through. I'm a very physical person. So if we've been physically emotional, I can't unsee the things that I know you were doing, and now I can put a face to it. I had to look at this girl. We've had conversations.
across the street.
And one of the things is, and once again, I'm not trying to justify the cheating. I'm trying to give you an understanding of cheating, that when you cheat is much different from when a man cheats. And I think that women, when they view cheating in general, they view it from their lens of cheating. From their lens of cheating, in order for you to cheat, you would have to not really like your man like that and have feelings for another man to allow another man to dominate you and have sex with you. So men, generally speaking, we don't have to like a girl at all to cheat. We can actually hate the girl and still physically dominate her in the bedroom. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just the carnal nature of a man to want to get his rocks off. Not saying that that's right or how it should be, but that's, how things just are.
I'm a very understanding person, and I factored all
Got
that
it.
in.
So even with that, it's just like,
but
you
also,
don't even want to go ahead and do that then.
In my personal
Especially
opinion,
when she looks like a troll and I don't.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, if you're gonna get married, like why?
That's
the hell are you
forever.
Well, yeah, why are you cheating, bro? Just be single or just be in a regular
Be single.
mediocre relationship and
Date.
do that. But like once you decide to marry, because I believe in God, so I don't know if y'all do.
Why would you
but
pay all
like,
that money to get married? So that
you know
you
what I mean?
cheat?
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
pay all that money to get divorced.
if you're gonna get
Wait.
married, don't cheat, dude. You know what I mean? If you feel like you gotta cheat, then don't get married. Just do you while you're not married. But once you get married, then you're saying like, it's just you, and
It's a commitment.
you know what I mean. So
Or
then again, that's just my take on it.
how about have the conversation that at one point I'm not fulfilling a need and you're getting a little tickle to look elsewhere.
It ain't even that. So, and that's the thing that I want women to understand. There's nothing a woman can do to satisfy the man's nature of wanting quantity.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to satisfy his polygyny nature of wanting quantity. Nothing you can do at all. The only thing that can suppress that nature is him having a higher sense of morality, which is going to come from God, religion, and some outside influences that is compelling him to, be more disciplined and have a higher, moral sense of agency. With that being said, at the end of the day, like I said, Martin Luther King cheated, and look at him. Like he has a whole holiday and
Let me add one
stuff
more
like
thing.
that. People have off of work, and he was cheating.
I would like to add one more thing. Ladies, also you got to remember, a lot of guys, have a hard time picking up women. A lot of guys, aren't successful with getting women. A lot of guys aren't getting a lot of sex from women. And once a guy, especially when he gets married, that's when all the women start throwing themselves at him. You know what I'm saying? So like for a guy who loves women and loves sex, they're getting all these women thrown at him that he never had a chance with before he got married, and it's kind of hard for him to be like, damn, like why the hell I couldn't get this chick before I got married. So not saying that it's right, but like if you're a guy who's always had the women he wanted, who never had a problem with picking up women, and was always able to get the women he wanted, and then you got married, it'll be easier for that guy to turn down the women.
No. Ease, that don't make any sense.
I mean, it's just true. I mean, like
No,
that's just-
it's the opposite.
I think
Ease,
it kinda
because
does
the
make
thing
sense.
is, if the more sexual partners a man had, it's going to be harder for him to really settle down. The FOMO thing is a myth. Like, I really never experienced things, so now I want to go ahead and experience. That don't add up. That don't make sense, because if the general rule when it comes to men, and you know it too, ain't no pussy better than new pussy.
I know,
That's the
I know.
general rule. So it's quantity. Men just want quantity.
That's true.
And the reason why that's the general rule, because
They're single at 40.
That's how it is. So now if you think about it, listen
doesn't
to
work.
what you said, the more sexual partners he has, he knows he's craving for that new pussy again. He's craving for that new vagina again. So it's actually going to be harder for him to really restrain himself and have some sexual discipline.
That's true.
Trust
No,
me.
I guess I'm speaking on the. I know you're right,
Trust
but
me.
I guess I'm speaking on the minority, because there's guys that's like.
Yeah. There's guys that
are
ain't
like,
getting
all
them.
right, I have my fun. Let me just settle down, have some kids. You know what I mean? And hang up the gloves and live happily ever after. So that's the minority, but the majority, yes, we all want more than one woman. You know what I mean? We all want to have sex with more than one woman. And unfortunately, when we get married, we get the most women, because. You ever hear those memes where guys be like, "Don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife"? It's because
No.
when You'd be surprised
She
how
said
many
no.
women.
Absolutely not.
Wait. You had something you want to say, right? What was it?
Oh man, that was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you remembered. Let me fix your mic real quick.
But I mean, yeah, I guess the minority of guys, they'll be like, I have my fun, I'm good, I'm chill, I just want to relax, I'm getting older.
I think that's
like
what
that.
we hope for.
We hope that, but it doesn't
I mean,
happen.
I mean, they all
That's
got
why
like that,
they're
but it's
all
the
40 and
minority,
single.
though.
So
and
what
never
we're
had
saying,
kids
ladies, who
'cause they suck.
disagrees to some of this stuff? Let's get the
I
ladies'
disagree
perspective.
with all of it.
I mean-
Silly.
Okay, so what part do you disagree with?
I've never cheated in a serious relationship. Yeah, when I was in high school and I had like a freshman boyfriend when I was 14, like that's completely different. But any of my adult relationships, I've always been honest. I've always, I'm just a loyal person. Like, and
That's
so
good.
I expect that in my partners. Unfortunately, they all, well, the last one, I don't think I had never had anything concrete. So
Just
nothing I ever
concrete.
knew of.
Had
But the
some
one,
things,
the
but-
one before that, yeah, definitely cheated on me a lot with blonde girls.
Do you think that
I even dyed my hair blonde at one point, and
Don't
I
you
look
dye it
back.
blonde ever again.
try to
I don't know,
compete?
it looked awful.
So
Brunette
but
looks good.
real quick,
I thought it
do
looked
you
good at the time.
do you think that the reason why do you think that one of the reasons why men aren't being honest, because cheating is when you make a promise to someone and then you break that promise.
Yeah.
Right. So you're cheating. And with that being said, my question for you is: do you think that the reason why men aren't honest with you up front about their sexual activities and what they plan, in the future for their sexual activities to be is because you can't handle the truth? So they're just like, I know she's going to get upset, so I'm just not going to tell her. And, if I have an option that comes up, I may exercise that option.
No,
So you don't think they don't. So why do you think men don't tell
they
you
have
up
no
front?
self-control. They have
Okay,
no
you just think that is no self-control?
No, I literally don't think they have any self-control, and they don't respect their partner to be stepping out on their partner, talking to women, liking girls' pictures. All of that stuff is cheating to me. It's disgusting. And I think it's just a slap in the face and disrespectful, like what you were saying.
Would you
Any
add?
kind of cheating.
I would say I'm a strong believer in there's somebody for everybody. I think everything's situational. I think there are women who are more understanding when it comes to cheating. I think there are women who set those boundaries and are like, heck no. Like, as soon as you step out, like, it's over.
done.
And I think a little bit of the responsibility lays on the man if a woman is setting those boundaries and tells you, hey, look, I am not cool with it. If this were to happen, I'm leaving. That's that. But if a woman were to be like, hey, I'm open to it, and then get mad, that's a problem. But I really think that any relationship really comes down to communication. And as long as you're willing to communicate, openly communicate, actually hear what your partner is saying, and be able to, listen and be able to be okay with that, that's a different story. But if a woman were to set those boundaries and say, hey, I'm not okay with you cheating at all, that is a deal breaker, I'm gone, a little bit of the responsibility lays on the man to be like, hey, the person that I love would be very affected and hurt if I did this. So, let me not.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason why, Cooley said, if you were withholding sex for compliance, because a lot of marriages are sexless. You know what I'm saying? So, meaning, women.
He was not.
So, well,
no.
Yeah, not from
that's
just a
unfortunate.
general standpoint.
Just in general
Yeah.
speaking.
Oh,
Not,
I hear.
No,
But
you're right. You are right.
Because a lot of
Yeah.
marriages are sexless. So
Yeah.
women always tend to wonder, like, why my man cheating? Well, like, dude, like, guys, we don't ask for much. Food, like we were speaking about earlier. Feed us. And
But if
leave
you
us
haven't had
alone.
sex in like
Keep
3
his
months with
belly
your
full and his
husband, that's
balls
obviously
empty.
going to affect
Right.
them. But if you're having sex with your man multiple times a week and he's still cheating and you've drawn that line in the sand, like, do not cheat or it's over, and they still do it.
Yeah, then
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
But I will say it really all goes back to really just picking the man that is correct. And Cooley brought up religion as a standpoint of being loyal and not cheating, having that religious background. When I was married, one of the things my husband wishes he did was when I really got into God, religion, and church, is he followed and did the same, because that would have really built up a relationship. It would have really built the foundation, built the boundaries, and, kept us a cohesive marriage.
Look, at the end of the day, look, a lot of guys have trouble picking women, getting women to talk
So
to
if
them,
they get
getting
an
sex.
opportunity,
You gotta
no
understand. Look,
self-control.
listen, like it's not easy for guys to attract women. It's not easy for guys to have
real
sex
quickies,
with women.
she said it's no self-control. Remember in the beginning of the podcast when I said that, women, you don't have any self-control when it comes to you looking for quality. You have these high standards, and if these guys don't meet your standard, you disqualify them, but they can be good guys that won't cheat on you. The thing is, all of you ladies can actually find a man that won't cheat on you at all. He will look at you as everything. But guess what? Those men, they're transparent. You don't even see those men. You don't give those guys a chance. Those guys they work at Chipotle. Those are guys, some of them are in your DMs. They're average guys. You get what I'm saying? But you don't want those guys. You actually want the men that can cheat. Not that would cheat, but that can cheat. Those are the guys that you're attracted to. Those are the guys that you give the chance to. So your probability of being cheated on increases. So you are actually choosing your fate of being cheated on because you are choosing guys that most women want that are very attractive. But guess what? You can choose Joe from Shake Shack. You can choose that guy. He'll be loyal to you. You can choose the guy that's sending you multiple DMs. He's DM'd you, hey, beautiful, can I take you out on a date? Hey, honey, can I take you out on a date? Or you can choose the guys in your friend zone. Those guys been in your friend zone for 5 years, loved you, probably had a crush on you in 6th grade. But you don't choose those guys. You don't want those guys. You actually look at them as losers. You only choose the guys that can cheat. So guess what? You pick your demise. You pick being cheated on.
Facts.
Why
Booyah.
can't they just be hot and nice at the same time? I don't get it.
You
That's
say
a
you
lie.
like the losers, but you being cheated on.
So like guys want a hot, skinny girl with lots of money and all that stuff too. Like why can't I have the same thing?
Whoa.
I didn't say nothing.
Lots
about
of money.
being
I mean, if a guy has his own money, he doesn't care about a woman's money.
So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.